What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest channel and podcast. And if you haven't subscribed yet, if you are listening to this on the podcast platforms, please do go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you are listening to this on YouTube, do the same, as well as going ahead and hitting that like button while you're at it. And let's get into this conversation. Now, I just wanted to talk about this briefly. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this topic, but I wanted to talk about the Tasha K, Cardi B situation and just talk about the verdicts and accountability. I'm not coming from the perspective of honestly being on either side because, again, I don't know any of these people, but I'm just talking about the things that I see when I see a lot of people discussing these situations, because on one side of the coin, even though they're both different situations, one is a criminal case and one is a civil case, but the verdicts and the accountability, in my opinion, I'm just being beautifully honest, it's a bit sad. And I know that there are a lot of people that do not like the vlogger Tasha K for different reasons. Some have their own personal reasons, and some just say, oh, I don't like her because she's extremely negative. But a lot of those same people who can't stand Tasha K love Cardi B, and then vice versa. There are a lot of people who can't stand Cardi B for, a number of reasons. And then those same people, they like Tasha K. And some people may say, well, Tasha K, a lot of the content that she talks about is extremely negative. And in my opinion, I feel like, well, there are a lot of negative, what do you call them? Like news outlets out here, like the Inquirer. And I know that's one of the longest running ones and a lot older as well. But, and I believe they've been sued a lot over the years as well because they've made claims that were not true. But I've never really heard of anyone dragging the Inquirer for making statements about somebody's fave celebrity. But when it comes to Tasha K, I mean, a lot of people, they wanted to burn this woman at the stake because of the things that were alleged by Tasha K that the courts ruled, I guess, as being untrue, and Cardi B suing her for defamation of character, and the courts awarding compensatory and punitive damages that amount to almost $4 million. When I heard that, I honestly was like, wow, even if they found that she was guilty in that case, in my opinion, I really felt like the amounts were excessive. And even when I heard the amounts, I was thinking, well, you know what? That is a lot of money. And I don't know what this woman's bank account looks like or what her pockets look like at all. And it isn't any of my business either. But civil judgments, they should not be meant to pretty much destroy someone and their family so that they can no longer exist, especially in this situation where I believe that she isn't even allowed to file for bankruptcy to get out of this situation. I just really didn't believe that was fair. And but a lot of people feel like it's fair. It's like, look, she made her bed. She needs to lie in it. She lied on that woman. She said this. She said that. She said. She said. She said things. They were words. And in my opinion, I feel that damage, that verdict, that accountability in this situation is so much higher than on the flip side with Cardi B's case, which was a criminal case where she was on trial for allegedly having two women in a club attacked because of some accusations regarding them possibly messing around with her husband. And so there was a verdict in that case recently, and, she admitted that she paid $5,000 to have two female bartenders assaulted in 2018. So this trial had been going on and she recently pled guilty. I guess she could have pled guilty some time ago, but now she wants to move on from the situation. So she pled guilty to 2 misdemeanor assault charges, which was pled guilty. So it was a plea deal. So in that situation, she was ordered to perform 15 hours of community service and a 5, I don't know why I said 5, but 15 hours of community service for admitting to paying someone $5,000 to beat up these 2 women. And I don't really hear a whole lot about that. Those same people who are just saying that Tasha K needs to pay that woman. And now it's being reported that Cardi B is allegedly having Tasha K's bank account, her wages garnished, as well as her bank accounts levied for the amounts that she owes in the lawsuit. And I haven't been following this situation too heavily. What I heard was that it was in an appeal situation. So I thought that if it was an appeal situation, then you couldn't proceed and move forward in that way. So I don't know if those reports are true about her wages being garnished as well as her bank accounts being levied for the amounts that she's owed. As well, I thought that, okay, if that person doesn't really have it like that, or even if they did, but that's all they have, they should be able to be set up on some sort of payment plan or something like that. So to me, it seems like the civil punishment that Tasha K has received is so much far greater than what Cardi B has received on the criminal side. So again, I'm not here to root for any one of these people, because I don't have a dog in the fight. I don't have a stake in the claim. Thank God. I mean, this situation is really crazy. But I'm just really talking about verdicts and accountability. And I know that the justice system is not fair. And more often than not, those who have the money and the claim to fame, they tend to get better treatment in a lot of these court situations than the other side. That really is true. I'm not saying necessarily that was what happened in the Tasha K / Cardi B civil situation. A lot of people have their thoughts and opinions about that, but there are a lot of people who feel like, well, what Cardi B has been charged with and what she pled guilty to, and her kind of getting off almost scot-free by having to serve 15 hours of community service, but yet she could receive almost $4 million in a judgment because somebody made some statements about her, as well as I don't think that Cardi B lost any money because of what was said. I'm not saying that if what was alleged that she had wasn't true, that she didn't suffer any sort of emotional or mental damage by that, and the courts are claiming that she did, but almost $4 million worth? I just don't get it. And that's all I'm talking about in this conversation. It's about verdicts and accountability. I'm not here rooting for either person specifically. I'm just calling out the justice system and how unfair a lot of these situations are. And it's so amazing how it's all in the vicinity of the same time. The Tasha K verdict happened earlier this year, 2022, and this verdict in Cardi B's criminal case happened about a week ago. And I just really was astounded by it. Not that I expected Cardi B to get locked up over this situation, because I didn't, especially because of who the alleged victims were. I'm just being honest about that. I don't think that they really care that much. But we'll see if these women will sue her in civil court, because I honestly would if I were these women. If she pled guilty to paying someone money to have them attacked and they were attacked, I'd sue her ass too for over $4 million. I'm just saying. I don't know if they're going to do it. Again, not my dog in the fight. I don't know. But the verdicts and accountability with these two different situations involving these two people, I just feel is absolutely insane. And honestly, as well, the amount of people who go up for Cardi B getting her coins from Tasha K, but yet are almost radio silent when it comes to what Cardi B did and what she was involved with having two women attacked that she admitted to and pled guilty to. I haven't heard any of those same people talking about that situation. And that's really sad. But, when people have their favorites, that's what they tend to do. So that doesn't surprise me, but I'm just saying. You let me know how you feel about this situation. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. And until the next time, this is Beth, and I'm just being beautifully honest.